Hello everyone, and welcome back to the new Baron and Bonanza Professional. Last time we talked about the 6 different airframes represented in the Professional series. This time, let's look at all the new simulation features added since the original analog Baron and Bonanza. Your home for learning about the systems in this aircraft is Black Square's tablet interface. This will be familiar to Duke, TBM, and Starship pilots, as all the same features are here. First, there's the Persistent Settings page, which is where you select your hot swapping radio configuration and other convenience features. Next is the Payload screen, with center of gravity information and statistics. Steam gauge overhaul fans will be happy to see the failure system moved into the tablet interface, with adjustable mean time between failure and scheduled mode for practicing your skills. The global failure rate slider can be used to make each flight a little more exciting, so you'll never be bored once you've mastered the aircraft. I've also added many new failures that pertain to the new system complexity, with well over 100 failures for each airframe. Now comes the really fun stuff. First are the engine visualizers. These are unique for each airframe, with all the accessory systems for turbocharging, pressurization, induction, and exhaust. Let's fire up this engine to get an idea of what's simulated. We'll add some fuel to the cylinders with the fuel pump first. Then, as we start cranking, watch the oil pump circulate high viscosity cold oil through the galleries. We can also see the engine compression simulation at work, and hear the starter solenoid and the magneto impulse couplings. All the sounds are created by Boris Audio Works and connected to the physics simulation. Every engine start is different and influenced by too many parameters to count, like battery voltage and health, temperature, preheating, and all the frustrations of fuel-injected engines like vapor lock, flooding, and fouling. This engine physics simulation goes beyond just starting, with blade feathering physics for in-flight shutdowns and air starts, and unfeathering accumulators and feather locking pins for the Baron. Also, see the differences between constant speed propellers in single-engine versus multi-engine aircraft, and how they respond after engine failures and during run-up. Black Square's aircraft also have the most accurate turbocharger simulation in Flight Sim. Exhaust gas velocity, individually simulated RPM, and wastegate performance affect engine performance, and other systems like pressurization, all with failures too. The same goes for the Turbine Bonanza, with the same great engine simulation from the Turbine Duke, and a unique sound pack that makes me smile every time. The next page on the tablet is the cabin visualizer, where you can learn to manage the temperature and pressure of the cabin to keep your passengers comfortable. In the analog Baron and Bonanza, many of the environmental controls had no particular effect on the cabin, but now nothing is without purpose. You'll have to manage the inflatable door seals in the P-Baron, and monitor condenser and intercooler scoops in flight. All of these systems have an effect on the cabin climate, and all of them can fail in various ways. In the Bonanza, you can learn to balance the exhaust heat exchanger and the air conditioner to keep the cabin comfortable at all altitudes. Or open the ram air vents to keep things simple on short flights. Last is the live electrical schematic. Here you can see how the electrical buses and circuits are configured and troubleshoot failures in flight. The thermal circuit breakers respond as they should, only tripping when under load, and all failures are saved between flights, even ones that haven't presented themselves yet. Black Square's electrical simulation also includes voltage drop and unsteady voltage regulators at low engine RPM. These effects influence the sounds and lights, reminding you of just how much is being simulated under the hood of these aircraft. Apart from the tablet interface, these aircraft now also have advanced instrument physics with needle, stiction, and friction. Needles can become stuck on cold days, especially before the engines are running. Tap on the glass to free up a stuck needle. Even the unsung heroes of instrumentation, gyroscopes, are now simulated with physics. Several types of instrument air failures now have consequences with realistic gyro tumbling and drift. You can hear the simulated speed of the gyroscopes, and of course, electric gyroscopes are influenced by the voltage simulation. The KAS-297B altitude selector has been overhauled for more realistic operation with altitude and vertical speed arming. And the KNS-81 RNAV navigator can now be coupled to the autopilot when no GPS source is present. Last but not least, the manuals now contain performance tables for each airframe to match the accurate aerodynamic performance, usually within 2% of the POH values. As usual, there is far more to discover in these aircraft than I could present in hours of video. If you're looking for more content on these aircraft, the original analog Baron and Bonanza videos linked in the description are still relevant, with their discussion of pressurization, leaning, magneto-grounding, starting procedures, and more. Everything you see there has simply been enhanced with greater complexity, accuracy, and usability. Until then, I'll see you in the next video, and maybe back in those old videos too.